Let's jump in. Mistake number 1, cleaning with a hot engine. You'd be surprised how many people open the hood right after driving and start cleaning immediately. That's a huge mistake. Spraying cold water on hot metal is a recipe for disaster. Aluminum contracts quickly, and sudden cooling can cause cracks you won't notice until the damage is permanent. I've seen warped cylinder heads, split exhaust manifolds, and melted plastic covers, all because someone was too impatient to wait. And it's not just metal. A hot alternator or fuse box can draw moisture deep inside, which means blown fuses, shorts, or fried electronics the next time you start the car. Even degreasers react differently on hot surfaces. Instead of loosening grime, they bake onto the metal, leaving behind stains that are nearly impossible to remove. The safest approach: wait at least an hour for the engine to cool. Many professionals even let it sit overnight before deep cleaning. A little patience can save you thousands. Mistake number 2, spraying water directly onto the alternator. Let me emphasize this clearly. The alternator is not waterproof. It was never engineered to be. Its main function is to keep your battery charged, and to do that, it relies on open vents that allow constant airflow to keep it cool. When you aim a hose or pressure washer at it, all you're really doing is forcing water straight into a component that was never meant to handle it. I've personally seen alternators fail the very next day after someone washed their engine bay incorrectly. Bearings start to rust, brushes corrode, and windings short out. Once that happens, the warning light on your dash comes on, your car stops holding a charge, and suddenly you're stuck with a repair bill that could have been completely avoided. Now, some people might argue, well, I've sprayed mine before and nothing happened. Sure, maybe it survived once or twice, but moisture inside an alternator builds up slowly, and eventually it will take its toll. That's basically gambling with your car's charging system. It's like playing Russian roulette under the hood. Even automakers themselves warn against this exact mistake. If you absolutely need to clean near the alternator, take a minute to cover it properly with aluminum foil or a plastic bag. Keep water away from it, and you'll keep it working for years. But the alternator isn't the only electrical part people accidentally ruin with water. There's another area that's even easier to damage if you're careless. Mistake number 3, pressure washing electrical connectors. This is where many DIYers go wrong. They assume the connectors in their car are fully sealed, but most aren't anywhere near waterproof. At best, they're splash resistant. Hit them with a 1500 psi pressure washer and you're driving water deep inside. Once trapped, it doesn't just dry out, it turns into corrosion. That corrosion is a silent killer. It causes voltage drops, misfires, dead sensors, and a whole chain of problems you'll be chasing for months. I've seen cars come into my shop running rough with the check engine light on, and the culprit was just one connector half filled with green corrosion. The fix wasn't cleaning. It required replacing the entire wiring harness, which isn't cheap. Think of connectors as the car's nervous system. They link everything: the ECU, injectors, ignition coils, and sensors. Drown them, and the car loses its ability to communicate and function properly. Automakers like Ford and GM even issue bulletins warning against spraying them directly. If you want them to last, avoid high-pressure water. A light mist from a distance is fine, but forcing water inside guarantees future failure. Mistake number 4, soaking ignition coils or spark plug tubes. This mistake has stranded countless drivers. Coils may look durable, but once water seeps down into the spark plug tubes, it creates an unwanted path for electricity. The result: misfires, rough idle, loss of power, or even a no start. Many times I've pulled coils that looked fine until I removed them, only to find the bottoms soaked and corroded. On modern coil-on-plug setups, the problem is even worse. There's no distributor to mask the issue. Just one wet coil can make the engine feel like it's running on half its cylinders. Some DIYers even pour water directly into the tubes thinking it will flush dirt. That's a costly mistake. Moisture rarely evaporates on its own, and I've had to replace full sets of coils just from one bad cleaning session. If you want your car running smooth, keep water and degreasers away from coils and spark plug tubes. Mistake number 5, ignoring hybrid inverters. Hybrid owners, listen closely. The inverter is the heart of your hybrid system, converting electricity between the battery and the motor. And just like the alternator, it absolutely hates water. Those high-voltage components are cooled and sealed, but they're not built to survive a pressure wash. I've seen hybrid owners spray away like it's any other car, then weeks later, the dash lights up like a Christmas tree. Diagnostics show moisture intrusion, and suddenly they're staring at a repair bill bigger than the car's value. Even Toyota and Honda issue strict warnings to keep water away from inverters. If you must clean near it, cover it, and only use a damp microfiber cloth. Mistake number 6. Spraying water on upward-facing connectors. Look closely under the hood and you'll notice some connectors point straight up, like little cups waiting to catch water. Spray directly and you've just filled them with a puddle. That water seeps into the pins, corrodes them, and before long you're dealing with warning lights, random system failures, and electrical gremlins no scanner can diagnose. I've opened connectors that looked fine outside but were rusted inside. The fix is easy. Don't spray directly on them. Cover them or wipe gently with a towel. Mistake number 7. Using brake cleaner on plastics. Brake cleaner is powerful. It strips oil and grease instantly. That's great for metal, but plastics and rubber don't stand a chance. Spray it under the hood, and plastic covers turn brittle, hoses swell, wire insulation crumbles. I've seen trim lose color and plastics chalk over time because someone used brake cleaner where it didn't belong. The right move is to stick with plastic-safe engine cleaners or all-purpose products like Griot's Garage Engine Bay Cleaner or Chemical Guy's All Clean Plus. They cut grime without destroying materials. Even WD-40 can often do the job better than harsh chemicals. Mistake number 8. Letting degreaser sit on plastics. Degreasers are made to cut grime, not to sit and bake. Leave them on plastic surfaces, and instead of cleaning, they stain, fade, or etch. The heat of the engine bay makes it worse. Residue bakes in, leaving permanent marks. I've seen intake covers turn chalky and rough, beyond repair. The fix. Spray lightly, agitate with a soft brush, and wipe or rinse quickly before it dries. Quick in, quick out. That's the secret to protecting plastic. Mistake number 9. Ignoring trapped water pockets. Water doesn't always drain away. It hides in wiring harnesses, coil packs, manifolds, and firewall corners. Hours later, that hidden moisture creeps into connectors, rusts bolts, or even causes misfires. I've pulled covers days after a wash only to find standing water pooled on top of plugs. That's when the gremlins start. The solution. After cleaning, always chase out hidden moisture with compressed air or a blower. That extra 5 minutes prevents days of problems.